The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again.
For many Major League Baseball players in the show, their journey starts here, at their local diamond. This is my local diamond in Wilmer, Minnesota. I grew up right down the road. It wasn't all that long ago you'd find me behind home plate or roaming the outfield. But just as the journey and the dream starts here, for some, that journey takes them to the Northwoods.
It takes them to Baker Field at Bilton Stadium, home of the Wilmer Stingers. The Stingers are a part of the Northwoods League, a collegiate woodbat league that was founded in 1992. The Stingers came into the league in 2010 when co-owners Mark Jerzak and Ryan Voss wanted to take their careers in the league to the next level.
Yeah, no, it seemed to be the natural progression. We had worked for 10, 11 years as general managers in the league, and this was the next step for us, was to purchase a franchise and look at which community that we would, put a Northwoods League franchise. And Wilmer obviously had a beautiful ballpark, and when I was in Alexandria, we played the Alexandria Beetles versus the Mankato Moondogs at the facility, so I was familiar with the city and the ballpark, and so that kind of lent itself to putting a franchise here.
We're both general managers, now vice presidents for the Brainerd team as well as the St. Cloud team, and we said, hey, we can continue to work both these teams, or hey, let's take the leap of faith and try to purchase a franchise on our own and be owner-operators of a new franchise in the Northwoods League.
When Voss and Jerzak brought the Stingers into the league in 2010, the league only had 14 teams. Since then, 8 teams have been added, bringing the total to 22. The league brings the best collegiate and high school talent from across the country, which makes the list of alumni an impressive one. Former MLB Cy Young winners Chris Sale and Max Scherzer are both alumni of the Northwoods League. The Stingers have had their fair share of players drafted to the MLB, but the 2017 season was the first year that saw Stingers players make their debuts in the majors. Stephen Brault of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jacob Barnes of the Milwaukee Brewers, and Hunter Dozier of the Kansas City Royals all got tastes of the show that year.
Our first major leaguer who's still in the big leagues with the Milwaukee Brewers is one of 3 guys currently that are wearing the major league uniform. And Jacob was here, and I remember in 2010 when we first started, somebody had an opportunity. He would maybe get a chance down the road to get that big league call, which is kind of cool because people got to see him pitch in 2010, and here he is now, and you flip on the TV and you can watch Jacob Barnes in the major leagues.
Players come from near and far to play in Wilmer, and when they arrive, they are met by their host families. Host families play an integral role in the success of a Northwoods League franchise.
So being a host family for the Wilmer Stingers, you kind of need to have the right heart. It's not about what kind of a home you have, or it's more or less you have a willingness to open not only your home but your heart. People care about these boys. They've invested time and energy into them.
Take, for example, Andre Wheeler, a hard-throwing left-handed specialist out of Texas Tech. This soft-spoken Texan boy, with dreams of playing in the pros, came to Wilmer with little eyes on him.
It was great, man. I really liked the format of the league. I liked all of my teammates. It really prepared me to play minor league baseball because you're playing every single day. You're taking bus trips, across the state to go play other teams. So it kind of gives you a good grasp on, the grind of baseball.
When Dre left Wilmer, he had caught the attention of MLB scouts, which led him to be drafted in the 15th round of the 2013 MLB draft by the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. The White Sox saw something in me, and, I was just fortunate they gave me the opportunity.
It isn't just players who are trying to further their career after the Wilmer Stingers. Assistant General Manager Andy Ogdahl is one of these stories.
Yeah, I interned with the Stingers back in 2012. Right out of college, it was my first kind of intro to sports. Had the opportunity to work for the Wilmer Stingers here as an intern. And then after that, I was able to take that internship and be hired full-time as the assistant GM.
After his time with Wilmer, Andy went on to work in the USHL for the Tri-City Storm, then in the AHL for the Iowa Wild. But it was the front office camaraderie that brought him back to Wilmer.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that really drew me back to Wilmer was the guys that run this team. Those guys have been my mentors. They're the ones who I learned from. I learned everything I know basically from them when I got my other positions in hockey. And that's, like I said, ultimately what drove me back is the atmosphere, the environment that they create for their staff, for the fans. Wilmer's very passionate about the Stingers, and it's because of the hard work and effort that they put into it every single day.
As the 10th season of Stingers baseball approaches, Jerzak and Voss know that the team has been lucky to have such a great relationship with the city of Wilmer.
Wilmer really, the community is what's made this team, and the support they've given it is pretty awesome. And so, we're yet in the smallest market, but however, there's a lot of pride for the Wilmer Stingers in the community.
How often, we hosted a Stingers player one year, now is playing in the pros. And how often can you have someone actually spend a summer with you, interact with your children and grandchildren, that's going to be a Major League Baseball player?
It's good entertainment. It's good baseball. The kids are sincere that are playing baseball. I think the commercial nature of the league and how everybody's bought into it, and you see your friends and neighbors, the special events they have, the fun events they have. If you go to a Stingers game, you don't have fun, that's your own fault.
It's such a fun family activity for people to go to, all ages. When you look at the people that are in the stands, when you think about 1,000 people a night that are at a Stingers game, and you think, what did all these people do before for 35 nights out of the summer?
Wilmer's success starts at the top down, from the front office to the interns, to the game day staff, to the host families and players. It all culminates in one thing. Summer nights in Wilmer are filled with fun, family, and summer ball.